Let me ask you something bold. What if you never win the lottery, never inherit a single euro, never get that perfect opportunity, and still become rich? No luck. No special talent. No silver spoon stamped with a fancy family crest. Just you, with your current skills, your current paycheck, and a clear understanding of how money actually works. Sounds impossible? Good. Because that's exactly what the system wants you to believe. The system teaches you that wealth is rare, that it's reserved for the chosen few, the ones born in the right postcode, with the right connections, or the right break. But history, data, and thousands of quiet self-made millionaires tell another story, a story of people who learned how to build wealth from absolutely ordinary beginnings. Today, we're going to talk about how to get rich without luck, talent, or a trust fund. Not get rich quick. Not manifest wealth from your vision board. I mean practical, steady, skill-based, no excuses wealth, the kind that changes families for generations. This isn't an inspirational speech. It's a manual for liberation. Let's start with a truth that might sting a little. Most people aren't broke because they're stupid or lazy. They're broke because they've spent their entire lives learning how to earn money but never how to build it. Think about that for a second. You were taught how to make a living, not how to make money work. You learned how to be a good employee, not how to build assets that pay you. You were conditioned to chase income, but not ownership. And that distinction right there, between income and ownership, is the difference between working for 40 years and wondering where the time went, and working for 10 years and never worrying about money again. Wealth isn't just mathematics, it's mindset plus method. Let's break it down step by step. Rule 1. Know your number. Before you chase wealth, define what it means for you. Most people say, I want to be rich, but ask them how rich, and they freeze like a deer in financial headlights. Because rich is vague. It feels infinite. So let's make it real. Here's a simple way to do it. Figure out your freedom number. What's the monthly income you'd need to live comfortably, not lavishly, just comfortably, without working? Maybe it's $4,000 a month. Maybe it's $8,000. Now multiply that by 25. That's your target wealth number according to something called the 4% rule. It means if you save or build assets equal to 25 times your annual expenses, those assets can generate 4% per year in passive income, forever. So if you need $60,000 a year to live well, your freedom number is about $1.5 million. That's clear. That's measurable. And most importantly, that's achievable because now you know the goalpost. You can't score if you don't know where the goal is. Rule 2. Build a high-income skill. You don't need talent, you need a skill. Talent is what you're born with. Skill is what you build when you're sick of being broke. And the good news? Nearly every high-income skill can be learned in less than a year if you take it seriously. Copywriting, marketing, coding, sales, design, data analytics, even project management. These aren't magic, they're modern tools for opportunity. Picture Amelia, a 27-year-old from Milan. She worked a retail job, making about $2,200 a month. During the lockdown, instead of binge-watching 3 seasons of crime dramas, she learned digital marketing online. Within a year, she was freelancing for small businesses. 2 years later, she built a small marketing agency that now earns 6 figures annually. Was it luck? Nope. Talent? Not really. She simply traded consumption for creation. She didn't wait for opportunity to knock. She built a door and opened it herself. You can do the same, but you need to pick one skill, just one, and master it. Don't dabble, dominate. A high-income skill is your ladder out of the paycheck trap. Rule 3. Cash flow first, flash later. If money were a game, most people play it backwards. They buy shiny things first, cars, clothes, gadgets, and then wonder why they're always broke. They chase flash before cash flow. Wealthy people do the opposite. They buy assets that throw off income. Then they let those assets buy the nice things. So the next time you're tempted to upgrade your car just because your boss did, stop and ask yourself, does this bring me closer to freedom or further into the trap? Because every dollar you spend on showing off is a dollar that could have been building your future. The wealthy aren't stingy, they're strategic. They understand that flashy is temporary, but freedom is forever. Build cash flow first. The flash can wait. Rule 4, own things, don't just earn from them. Here's the hidden truth no one teaches in school. You don't get rich by earning, you get rich by owning. Every Fortune 500 CEO gets a salary, sure, but where the magic happens? Their stock options. Ownership. Equity. That's the real game. Even small players can play it. Own a business. Own a rental property. Own digital assets, from online courses to ebooks or subscription platforms. If you can own something that makes money while you sleep, you have replaced luck with leverage. Let's say you build an app, or start a YouTube channel, or create an online course that serves thousands. That's leverage. Code, content, capital, and collaboration, those are your wealth multipliers. Every piece of ownership you build is a tiny factory printing freedom. And once you taste ownership income, a wage check will never feel the same again. Rule 5. Use leverage, the legal kind. Wealth without luck is built on leverage, multiplying results without multiplying effort. Think about it. One person writes a great article. If they publish it in a local paper, a few hundred people read it. If they post it online, millions might. The same effort, but exponential reach, that's leverage through technology. A single investor uses capital to buy properties that pay rent, that's financial leverage. A tiny team builds an app used by thousands, that's code leverage. A creator shares knowledge that spreads worldwide, that's content leverage. So ask yourself, how can I make my effort scale? The answer you find will change your trajectory forever. Because here's the quiet truth. The rich aren't necessarily working harder than you, they're working through smarter systems. Rule 6. Avoid stupid debt. Not all debt is bad. Paying for university or a property that builds value can be a smart move. But financing a luxury lifestyle you can't afford yet. That's how people stay poor their whole lives while pretending to be rich for strangers. Here's the formula. Good debt grows your assets. Bad debt grows your anxiety. Everyone has that one friend who buys a new car on credit, smiles for 3 Instagram posts, and then complains about the economy for the next 5 years. Don't be that friend. Use debt only when it multiplies your returns, not your reputation. Because freedom feels way better than impressing people who don't even notice your struggles. Rule 7. Build distribution before perfection. Perfection is the enemy of profit. You don't need to have the best product, service, or idea, you just need to know how to get it to people. Distribution is everything. If you can reach more people, communicate better, and deliver faster, you win, even if your idea isn't the fanciest in the room. The whole world is filled with geniuses who never shared their work, while others with average ideas but great communication changed industries. Stop waiting until it's perfect. Start sharing now. Let the market shape your product. Because done beats perfect, consistent beats gifted. And the longer you wait for the universe to give you your moment, the longer you delay the compound effect of action. The psychology of self-made wealth. At some point, you'll notice something odd. When you start building skills, saving intentionally, owning assets, and avoiding bad debt, people around you will start calling you lucky. It's almost funny. The same people who laughed at your small beginnings will call your results luck because deep down, they don't want to believe ordinary effort can produce extraordinary results. But it can. Because wealth isn't a lottery, it's a lagging indicator of consistent, correct behaviors. You won't see the results at first. It'll feel invisible, unfair, slow. But then one day, like compounding interest, everything accelerates. It'll look like magic from the outside. But you'll know better. You built that momentum one smart choice at a time. The 10-year rule of real wealth. Let's say you spend the next decade doing 3 things. Mastering a valuable skill that people pay for. Using your earnings to buy or build assets that produce income. Reinforcing that cycle through leverage and restraint. Do that for 10 years and you'll be rich without a pinch of luck or privilege. Because most people overestimate what they can do in 6 months and underestimate what they can achieve in 10 focused years. 10 years of dedication sounds like a lot, until you realize most people spend 40 doing what they hate, for money that isn't enough, surrounded by people who never tried. So choose your decade wisely. The real purpose of money. Let's end with the question that matters. What's all this money for? If you think money is the goal, you've missed the point. Money is a tool, the oxygen that lets you breathe while building something meaningful. It gives you the space to think, to rest, to contribute. You don't get rich to own 20 cars. You get rich so you can design your day. So you can choose your work, your hours, your priorities. So you can give freely, live peacefully, and explore bravely. Because at the end of it all, wealth isn't about ownership of stuff, it's about ownership of your time. That's the quiet, calm satisfaction no luxury brand can sell. Here's a simple truth to close on. You are already more capable than you think. You've survived hard things before, you've learned faster than you realize, and you are absolutely capable of building freedom piece by piece. Luck might start the race for some, but skill and persistence always finish it. And you, right from where you are, can learn the rules, use the tools, and build your own fortune. This isn't reserved for the privileged few. It's available to anyone courageous enough to start. So save more intentionally. Learn relentlessly. Build patiently. And remember, wealth is not built overnight. It's built quietly, deliberately, and sometimes invisibly. Until one day, you look around and realize you've escaped gravity. That's the power of discipline over destiny. You don't need luck. You don't need talent. You just need to keep showing up. This is Finance with Sonia, reminding you that freedom isn't found, it's built, one intentional choice at a time.
This journey is built on strategy, consistency, and value. If my content helps you grow financially, there's a PayPal link in the description. It's not about the amount, it's the support that counts. Every bit fuels more value. Let's build wealth together.